Alrighty, hello everybody, happy Saturday. Hopefully all of my preparation will bear fruit today. Let me tell you how much I have been checking and double checking to make sure every aspect of this Livedub episode today is actually working. As y'all may know, last week's episode, one, I forgot to put the music up on OBS, and then second off, I forgot to put the sound for Tavern Talk back into the Twitch VOD track, so the resulting VOD didn't have any background music, which was very unfortunate, but also, it's fine. I took that on the chin. I still edited the video out in time. That's been up on the YouTube since like Wednesday. So hopefully from this point forward, all of the new episodes will be up like hopefully around the next Wednesday, which is a pretty quick turnaround time, I'd say, for like a 4-hour video being edited down and trimmed and whatnot. But also, what can I say? I want to make sure y'all are caught up as much as possible. And I know a lot of you, a lot of peeps out there won't be able to watch this live. And I'd rather have it out a couple of days before the next episode to at least give y'all a few days to potentially catch up. But welcome on in, everybody, to the Tavern Talk Acolyte Livedub. Hope y'all are ready for episode 5. I am very excited because this is where we get some fun. This is where the fun begins. But before anything else, we have got to say hello to our tavern dwellers. All right, what do you got for me today? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. The audience is now ready. The audience is now microwaved.
I guess you could say they've been warmed up.
They're only warm on the outside. They're still completely frozen on the inside. We know how microwaves work.
Just don't stare at us, audience. Then you'll be fine.
Make sure you stop the live dub 1 second before it's over, so it doesn't make a loud noise at the end.
You don't
Wake up.
Yep.
Are any of you? Wait, no, we put steel in the microwave. No, we're gonna make it explode.
Mr. President.
I think we're ready to head on over and actually start our next episode of Tavern Talk. When we last left off, water. That's also the capture card. It's all right, man. There we go.
Water.
Water and water. I'm glad that it's not just me that that knows that.
Oh boy!
Alrighty, are we ready to begin and see just what will happen after the flood?
Yes, from hell or high water, both have arrived.
Then let us begin.
We are so ready.
Let us begin Act 3, critically acclaimed Chapter 14, Rising Tides.
Grace? Is Grace here?
Good mythical morning to you too, X.
This isn't funny, Innkeeper. Tell me, is she here? Please tell me she's here.
She is. I'll let her know you are too.
Thank you. By the dragons, I was worried sick. So sick.
She'll be happy to know you're safe and sound too.
Flood was enormous, and if she had gotten caught up in it... Oh, no. I don't even want to begin to imagine.
Then don't. How about a drink to calm your nerves?
Yes, a drink sounds great. Something that will untangle my thoughts and help me focus.
I'll see what I can do. I already know what to give you.
Do you know how hard it was to swim through this flood?
I can't swim.
What do you mean you can't swim?
Why do you think I stay indoors all the time? I can't swim. I'm gonna give
Innkeeper,
you
you are a man of many drinks. You can serve water to as many people, and yet you can't stand in it?
I don't see how that's a problem. I mean, there are many people that can serve at restaurants. That doesn't mean they can't eat everything. You could be allergic to bread, onions.
Are you allergic to water?
Look, that could very well be possible. You know what? I'm gonna give you extra smart to help you untangle that mind of yours.
Thank you.
Maybe this'll help clear your mind.
It does. At least a little bit. Thank you, Innkeeper.
Hex, good to see you safe and well.
You too! Where have you been? Are you alright? Did you get hurt?
I'm fine. The Innkeeper and yesterday's superstars took good care of me.
Just as you took good care of us.
The least we could have done was be there for each other. How have you been, brother dear? Did you get hurt?
No. But I was worried about you. The whole night, locked in that damn house. All I could think about was how the flood might have... Why didn't you tell me you were going to the tavern? I looked everywhere for you!
Oh, sorry. I didn't know I needed your permission to go outside.
That's not what I'm trying to say.
Then what are you trying to say?
That you could have gotten hurt, and I wouldn't have known.
I don't expect a tsunami to hit Gaia every day. That wasn't in the foreseeable future, Hexy. Uncontrollable things happen, and when they do, we do our best to overcome them. Also, I can protect myself quite well.
Still, how was I supposed to know that you were safe?
I am an adult, you know. You could try trusting in my capabilities. Furthermore, PSAOR was very useful last semester.
Sour?
Protective sigils and other remedies.
Ah, sour.
Phesoa.
Ah. Also, the tavern itself is well protected by my own brand of sigils.
That's at least something.
Yes, I'm very thankful the Innkeeper and his tavern kept me safe. I didn't mean to worry you. I didn't plan on being gone for so long, but then the flood happened.
Okay, sure.
How have you been holding up? Is the house all right?
Apart from some minor damage and some leakage in the roof, I suppose it's fine. I wasn't even aware of the approaching flood until the house's foundation started trembling. I was busy in my workshop, harvesting the essence of Dimension 567 from my research.
I hope you didn't rip a hole in the fiber of magic again. What?
I didn't. And even if I did, you couldn't have stopped me. You weren't there after all.
Right. But I can scold you now.
You won't want to when you found out I actually managed to harvest something.
You did? Well, that's amazing. What a huge breakthrough. That would mean...
I created a teeny tiny rift to the astral realm and got my hands on some stardust. Well, sort of.
How? Oh wait, that's your line.
Oh my god. I'm the one who gets his line stolen. Oh, I'm so pretty today. You're so special.
You will never financially recover from this.
I got an astral shard when the stars fell.
Ah, I see.
There's still the issue of never knowing exactly what might come through when you open these kinds of rifts. Could be anything, or anyone.
Like creatures.
For example.
That wouldn't be good.
Yeah, it wouldn't. Because when your sister disappears again, you wouldn't know if she had gotten eaten by a creature or is just out for a stroll.
Hex, cut it out.
What?
We get it, all right? I went away, you were worried, we get it. But I'm my own person, and I can do what I like. I'm getting tired of this.
Well, me too.
Then stop.
I don't want to fight.
Then don't.
Sorry.
It's fine. We shouldn't spend our time fighting when there are so many more interesting things going on. How about a wee bit of distraction,
Oh, we could go outside and see if we can take some samples of the floodwater.
Exactly. Who knows? Maybe it holds spectacular and rare magical properties.
That sounds lit! Maybe it'll help me finish my long-term research project.
I still don't know what lit means.
Like
Possibly.
fire! Fireball!
I don't like that. Though, to access the primordial vortex, you'd need,
Primordial seawater, I know. But who knows what we'll find?
Don't forget to fill me in on your research.
Theopractically, I'd tell you anything. But only theopractically.
Wouldn't have expected anything else.
Thank you, Innkeeper, for hosting me the night and all. See you soon.
Thanks for the drink!
Good morning, you two. Did you sleep well?
As well as we could with the sweet song of stormy waves pattering against our windows. So, very well, and with inspiring dreams.
Glad to hear that. Your impromptu concert certainly helped me sleep.
Because it was so boring.
No, because it calmed my nerves.
All of our nerves, I think. Not that I have any.
You don't have nerves? Is that a phantasm thing? Or... God, I wish that was me.
Girl, please, No, I meant those metaphorical nerves?
Oh. Wait, you get those too?
No, of course not. I'm Voy. Well, yeah, okay, sometimes. Mostly when I have to perform. Isn't that embarrassing?
Not really. That also make me nervous.
Oh, though... I have to say, last night performing with you for Grace and the Innkeeper... It was kind of... relaxing. I could just lose myself in the performance, without having to worry about what anyone would think of me. Not that I ever do, but... It was nice. We should make more music together sometime.
Actually, Fable just got started on a new song. Maybe you can collaborate.
Ooh, really? That would be awesome.
Oh, well, I actually, yeah, you're right. That would be awesome. I think working on it together could be fun.
Expletive, yeah. Oh, sorry, hooray! I'm looking forward to our grand collaboration. And charming you with it, Innkeeper.
All right.
You're supposed to say you're also looking forward to it.
I am very much looking forward to it.
That's what I thought. Aren't we gonna be cool together?
The coolest. Too cool for me to describe.
I already know we'll blow you away.
I'm counting on it.
Enough chit-chat. I should check up on the village. Maybe someone needs a good song to cheer them up.
I'm sure Baya would love one.
I think Baya was probably cheered up by a good flood. But, speaking of her, maybe you can hand out some of her spa coupons for me.
Oh, sure thing. Her spa rocks. I shall start by enlightening Grace. Is she still here?
No, she just left. Together with Hex. Something about, primordial water.
Those wizards. I'll try to catch up to them. See you soon. Don't finish the song without me, Fable.
I'll wait for you. Can I get one of those coupons?
Sure you can. Just make sure to tell Baya I sent you.
Oh, of course. What a strange morning. Or exciting morning? Both, I think.
Would you like a morning drink?
Yes! Something that'll help me with writing my song, please.
Let me see here. This is different! This is different from my notes! Again!
Oh, I get a fancy drink. Nice!
My notes said Swift Strike, but guess what? They changed it. We're gonna do 1,000 wins. Since you couldn't go on your date with the Wind Boy, we'll make you.
Fuck, you were right. I forgot my date.
Well, I'm gonna make you a drink to remind you about that date you missed. Aren't I the best?
No!
Let's see here. What could we? Let's go add in.
Oh god. Oh god, he probably hates me if he's not dead.
Oh god, gee. Oh no.
Oh no.
Can Wind Echo swim? I don't need this one. That's too much. Let me add some charisma. Then we need 2 defense, and we'll balance out a little bit of that attack. There we go. Die of thirst. A drink with 0 primordial water. Maybe.
It does taste a little primordial. And very delicious.
Perfect.
You know, last night, when I couldn't sleep, I was watching the fish swimming by the windows. Their scales kept reflecting in the water, making them shift and shimmer like they almost weren't there. I was mesmerized by them. It was like a dream that kept pulling me towards the waves. It was beautiful and haunting. Do you think it looks like that every day somewhere?
That beautiful?
That haunting.
I think any place we can imagine exists somewhere, if only in our heads.
I'd like to see all those places.
I don't think they're all safe to see.
Fable, by the dragons, they're here. Are you alright?
I am. The innkeep kept me safe. Good to see both of you are well too. I was terrified that you'd just be, drowning.
Both of your crushes are here at the same time.
Couldn't you have let us know you were breathing? We couldn't find you anywhere.
I'm sorry. I just woke up. Were you guys worried about me?
Maybe.
Of course we were. Don't even know if you can swim.
I can. Can you?
Of course.
No.
Oh! We should teach you sometime.
Resist the urge to say doggy
I
paddle.
don't-
Resist the urge to say doggy paddle.
I don't want to get wet.
Is that racist?
Sure.
Thank you for worrying about me. But I actually had a pretty nice night. Voy and I gave Grace and the Innkeeper a small concert while we were all stuck inside.
Oh. Sad that we missed that.
Oh. I can track down Voy to give you guys an encore.
That'd be nice. I'm sorry I didn't get around to picking you up.
It's okay. I bet the roads were a bit busy.
Yeah. It was a there's water in my mouth, sorry.
It's all
Yeah.
good.
It was a little tough getting out. Rufus loved it, though. Think he made some new friends.
seems like this catastrophe had some pleasant side effects. What happened anyway? Did a whale eat a moon this time?
No idea what that's supposed to mean, but no. Or maybe. No idea how it happened, actually. They say the primordial sea flooded the Twilight chasm. And it all spilled out through its portals into Phesoa, leaving us with this beautiful mess.
That's new. At least the other continents probably got through it without much trouble. For once, they can be less jealous of our portals. I do hope everyone is okay.
Everyone we could check on is. Luckily for us, the water's drained enough to rescue everyone around here. Though I've heard that underwater hasn't emerged yet.
Happy to see you all emerged.
Mostly.
What does that mean? Are you still looking for someone?
Yes. I was wondering if Melly is here. She wasn't home when I checked on her.
No, she didn't stop by yesterday. Nor today.
Did you see her before that? Did she say where she'd be going?
I'm afraid she hasn't been in since you returned from Zoford.
That wizard punk hasn't seen her either. Took a second to ask him when he almost broke down Kumo's door looking for Grace.
Do we know if she can swim?
I'm sure she can. And I'm sure she's just taken shelter elsewhere. You taught her how to hide well, after all. Maybe she's just putting that to good use.
When I returned yesterday, I found Rufus eating out of a strange apparatus that dispenses food and water every couple hours.
Like someone really smart set it up for him in their absence?
Yes, he was gorging himself on some food, but Melly was nowhere to be found.
Oh. That's worrying. Did she leave a note?
No.
I'm sure she's okay. Maybe ask Una. She probably put her up to something.
I shall investigate that avenue right now. Fable, would you be okay with moving our time?
Time? You got an appointment or something?
More like a date.
Can't wait for that story.
She's definitely not jealous at all.
The hint of jealousy behind that voice at all. No.
I'll tell you later.
Totally chill over here.
Meanwhile, the table's just like, the claws are digging into the counter.
They've got two hands. They've got two hands. It's fine.
But, yes. Yes, we should move it. This isn't the kind of dancing in the rain I was hoping for.
Me neither. Another time, then?
Yes. I'm looking forward to it.
Me too. I hope she didn't try to investigate the fish. They eat her alive.
Sounds a little more hopeful. The girl's savvy. I mean, look at that contraption she left behind. Ain't no fish got a chance against her.
Being hopeful isn't really my thing.
Then make it your thing.
Okay, gosh, okay, yes, ma'am. I'll let you know when I find her.
Such a man of few words.
A man of words.
He is just worried.
Yeah, she's jealous.
Uh-huh.
Speaking of worries and words, Kellen, it's good to finally see you back. How was the escorting? I hope you didn't get too wet.
It sure was, something. Certainly I've had enough of nobility for a while.
Got any more details for me?
Well... Actually, this can wait a bit, right?
Yes.
Thanks for understanding. I'll be back later, once I can, think more clearly. I'd like to check up on Uncle Dragon. Make sure that old fart is still up and running. Fable, I'm guessing you'd like to check in with your family too.
Yes. I would love to make sure everyone's alright. Maybe Melly's with the Amaranthine Hydra. Really wanted to ask it for tea recommendations.
I'm counting on you returning with a good story.
Will do. Got a good one for you. I'll see if I can drag Rhea and Fancy Pants along as well. Think they could use a drink. Speaking of which, got one for the road.
Sure thing. Something strong to get you through all that socializing.
You got it.
You got it. I am so sorry. You could have shot your shot a little bit faster, but... I mean, there's no beating the speed of the wind, I guess. But Fable does have two hands.
This great sword will reach over the counter.
I'm sorry! She does have two hands!
I mean, I do have to.
They do have two hands! I also have two hands!
Nobody
Also-
asked.
Long, it's all-
You're not getting me, Mimic! I'm gonna
Wait.
help balance. What?
Does the Innkeeper have hands? I don't think we've ever actually seen hands.
Look, how do you think I serve these drinks? I can't hit that bell with my face, can I?
Not with that attitude.
Here, the strongest thing I could brew up for you.
Thanks. Miss these drinks. A little.
Oh, that's sweet.
Don't dwell on it. Anyway, Fable, let's go.
I'll be right there. I'm sure everyone will be okay, Innkeeper, so don't you worry about it. And make sure to keep a hot chocolate warm for Melly. I'm sure she'd love one of those.
I'll give it my best.
I know you will.
Don't swim out too far.
We'll see.
The waters are dangerous these days. Just what are you up to? Time to make sure I have enough ingredients for a hot chocolate around, I guess.
Good to see that you're still open, Innkeep.
Ah, and a good evening to you too, Una.
Spare me the babbling, though I'm glad you seem to be unharmed.
I am, thanks to some protective spells I put at the inn a while back. Works better than any insurance. What about you? Are you unharmed?
I mean, I have gills, so I'm as good as new. Might be missing an arm, but that doesn't mean I forgot how to swim. It's easier than walking anyway. And breathing in water instead of air was unexpectedly nice. These gills aren't just for decorative purposes. Felt a little bit like home, you know? But the water tasted different than that of the Astral Sea. More primordial, I might even say.
Yeah, I figured. But you don't seem to be very worried about it.
Nah. Whatever happens is none of my business now. I'm retired. And water also doesn't bother me. You know, I'm like that girl from that movie. The water doesn't bother me anyway. You know, it shouldn't bother you too much either. Am I right?
Soggin, I believe is the name of it. Very nice. Very pretty. Except for the very admittedly catchy tune. It's everywhere.
It gets stuck in your head like a worm, don't it?
It does. Let it swim. Let it swim. Oh, God. Anyway.
It shouldn't bother you too much either, am I right? Since you're so close to,
I knew you wouldn't forget.
I might be old, but I'm not senile.
Me neither.
So, you wouldn't call the primordial sea your home, then?
I've inhabited a few planes already. My past doesn't define the word home for me anymore. But you're right. Primordial water doesn't do any harm to me. Even if I wanted to drown in it, I wouldn't be able to. But, honestly, I was more worried about my patrons and the inn itself. I hope everyone is safe and well.
Wouldn't worry too much about all your regulars. Adventurers are tough folk, and your drinks toughen them up even further.
I have faith that you're right.
But your tavern... well, let's just say it's definitely seen better days. Nah, that's kind of an understatement. It looks like crap.
Ouch. Thank you for censoring at least. I've been working the whole day to clean up as much as I can.
My condolences. Say, have you ever talked to the Wizard of Molia?
No. Sadly, I haven't had the pleasure.
You should if you get the chance. He's always loved all kinds of spells and enchantments. More the kind involving trickery, like puzzles and traps. But I'm sure he also knows a protective spell or two. I mean, he's been protecting his wizard tower for quite some time now.
I'll keep that in mind if I ever get to meet him. But I suppose you're not just here to talk. How about a drink?
You definitely have a way with customer service. How about a drink that'll wake up my old muscles so I can help you tidy your tavern up afterwards? This place is a bit of a sty.
Well, I can't quite remember having asked for help.
I can't quite remember needing it. What's that? My old ears suddenly can't understand what you're saying. You gotta speak up, Sonny. It's unfortunate, but maybe a strong drink would help.
All right. Coming right up. Also, yes, fun fact. Una is also missing a leg in addition to the arm.
It's rough out here being an old lady. Your bones ache, your bones go missing. You never know what issue you'll wake up with.
But you know what? You're feisty all the same.
I do my best.
It's like one of those, what are you going to do? Tear one of my limbs off? Too late.
I'd say I'd love being an adventurer, but
It's her,
couldn't
the
give an
Full
arm and
Metal
a leg
Alchemist
for it.
fish.
Oh my god, this is why no one likes you, Innkeep.
There you go. A drink. Powerful like the astral sea.
Wonderful. I consumed enough primordial water to last me weeks.
And
Doesn't taste exactly like home, but a hint of elemental magic revives some old memories. I gotta say, you definitely know your craft.
thank you. Could I maybe convince you to just relax and let me do my work?
You'd like that, wouldn't you?
Yes, that's why I
Forget it. Nope, no. You look here. Auntie Una. I'm your elder, probably. You have to call me that. We're cleaning this messy tavern together.
She hit me with the auntie. If you insist.
But before I forget, all that water swept some animal remains into my pockets. I wasn't picking them up. Don't worry about it. I don't really know where they came from, and I don't feel any kind of astral energy coming from them.
That's a very specific denial, Una.
Don't worry about it. I assume they're either Gaian or primordial. And judging by the taste of that water, ugh. Before I stab myself with them while cleaning, I wanted to check if you'd have any use for them.
Dab?
Yeah, they're surprisingly sharp. You ever tried sharpening a femur?
Now I'm curious. Let me see.
You're so easy.
I'm not. How dare you? I don't put out for just anyone. I do put out a lot of drinks for everyone, actually. Never mind, you're
But
right.
you
Valid.
put out for a bone? I don't know, Innkeeper.
Thank you, Una. They might not be primordial, but I think I know just what to do with them.
Are you gonna put that in a drink? Oh, are you gonna spice up some drinks?
Maybe.
I can't wait to try them. I hear marrow has a very nice hint to it.
Look, I just want to be able to unironically say bone apple teeth.
There ain't any teeth in here.
Yet.
Yeah. All right. Let's spice up this old rusty tavern.
Aye, Innkeep.
Rhea?
Innkeep.
Mommy?
What?
What?
Greetings, Innkeeper.
Hello, Archie.
Finally came to tell you the tale of tales. Told you we'd be back with a good one, didn't I?
Indeed.
It's a thrilling story, to be certain. That being said, you look like you got some thrilling stories to tell yourself.
None thrill me as much as yours will.
Uh-huh. Well, grant me one question still.
Shoot.
Who's that granny on your roof?
An old friend of mine. She's helping me tidy up the tavern after the flood.
She's a really nice friend, then.
I suppose so. I didn't know she was on the roof. Are a lot of tiles missing?
Half of them.
About a quarter.
Just a few, actually.
That's not particularly conclusive, but I trust Una and her abilities. Sometimes.
Closing your eyes is the reason you'll run into the edge of a blade someday.
Or not, if I'm lucky.
If.
Did the flood hit you as well?
Yeah, you bet. I had to hold on to Rhea for a quick second there, or else she would have been swept away like a twig.
Heard your whistle.
We had just passed Themis when it happened. Luckily, there were 2 carriages nearby, wedged between sturdy trees on a large boulder. Managed to pull ourselves out of the raging waters and into those carriages.
Thank the dragons! Could have gone south real quick. And your tavern looks a wee bit wet as well.
It is. I've been working non-stop to clean it up.
That's not good.
Working non-stop. Comes with being self-employed, I guess.
No, I mean the flood. I don't care about your well-being. Never heard of a flood that massive. Spread all the way from Themis to Zenith.
You're right. We certainly aren't that close to the sea. Themis maybe, but not Chirin.
It's all still very recent. We'll have to wait until we know the true extent of it. Back to your story. How was the journey to Diria? And how did you manage with the flood?
The journey to Diria itself was uneventful. But venturing to the Dirian capital, all the more so.
As for the flood, it didn't really bother us until we arrived back on the mainland.
I think we should tell the story chronologically. That might make it a bit easier to digest.
Thank you, Archie.
Alright then, go ahead.
Me?
Yeah, you're good at telling stories after all.
You really think so?
I look at him blushing.
Oh, all right then. So listen closely, for what's about to unfold is a story as terrifying as it is heroic.
I'm sure that it is, but first we're going to have to take a little bit of an ad break. So we're going to head on back to the cafe just right now as I run that, and then in about 3 minutes, we'll be ready to hear your tale. All right, so we are back. Ad break is done. I'm sorry for keeping you hanging for a couple of minutes there, Archie, but I believe...
Back to the cliff! Ah!
We should be ready to no longer hang from that cliff, and let us hear your tale.
Here we go.
Oh, fantastic. I've been holding my glasses up this entire time. My arm's getting tired. It was midnight, and the moon moon was standing high when the three adventurers assembled at their meeting point.
Didn't know we were taking this carrot here along. Was a surprise.
A pleasant one, I hope.
You should have seen the look on her face!
For trolling, Rhea. Got him.
Having one party member more than anticipated was at least more pleasant than the surprise that lay ahead.
Now I'm intrigued.
So, accustomed to the pleasant surprise, we ventured to Theodore's abode in Themis.
Very fancy.
Very expensive. Don't think I've ever seen such a posh bit before. 3 stories tall.
For one person.
To be fair, one person and a lot of staff, like cooks, maids, and a gardener.
For a holiday residence.
Even worse.
I fucking hate rich people.
I'd very much appreciate it if we didn't judge people based on their amount of wealth.
Or their lack of thereof.
Exactly!
Though one should be 18.
Wealth cap aside, you arrived at his holiday residence in Themis.
Right. We approached the gates and rang the bell. The fog was creeping up around the house like it was pressuring us to go inside. A man in a black suit opened the gate and with a deep and raspy voice said, "State your business, please."
Some sort of butler told him, "Listen up, clown, you are our business."
Which wasn't very polite.
No one asked you.
Maybe you should have. Then they wouldn't have thought we were bandits.
Well, we got that cleared up eventually, didn't we?
Because I introduced myself quickly when I saw some guards already approaching. I introduced myself as Gustav Archibald Richmond III. Knowing my family and the childhood friendship that Theo and I have fostered for over 2 decades, the butler relaxed and let us through.
You know what's funny, Innkeep?
What?
The other lad was also a third.
Oh, another trifecta?
Born in the same generation, both the third of our names. Perhaps that's why we were destined to be friends, just like our fathers and their fathers were. Theodore Hugo Frederick Sinclair III is his full name.
But no one called him that. We called him Theodore.
Oh, Theo! Either way, we had rang him out of his sleep, so he wasn't all that amused to see us.
And then he laid eyes upon you, Ginger. Never seen a gaze light up so fast.
What do you mean?
That he was happy to see you. That's all.
Well, I'm always happy to see him. So when we caught sight of each other, all violent tensions were blown away.
And others were created.
I found our visit very peaceful.
Yeah, Theo's a polite lad. Offered us tea and biscuits while we waited for him to pack his things.
Not a fan of tea?
No. Just a method to bribe you, that's all. Get him on your good side, then throw you off a cliff.
I'd like to disagree. Hospitality is not bribing. Also, no one threw you off a cliff.
Metaphorically. He is the reason we almost died, though.
Care? You don't need to blame the customer. Incidents like that are the reason they need help.
Right.
It will all make sense when we get there. So, after Theo packed his things, we made our way to Windmoor at sunrise. From there, we took a ship.
A brig. Just for us. A whole crew for a diplomat.
Safety is important for a politician.
The food was great, to say the least.
At least.
We had to take the ship, as you might be aware, Innkeeper. The bridge connecting Diria and the mainland was destroyed.
I recall.
So, the ship we took brought us to Twinborough and not to Amasa itself.
Why was that?
Apparently the debris from the bridge is a safety hazard for passing ships.
And if there is one thing we didn't need, it was distress at sea. We were lucky with the weather. The sea stayed calm, even with a thunderstorm right behind us.
And the mood on the ship was jolly. Theo entertained us with his stories old.
Oh, he is a great storyteller. I wonder where he gets all those thrilling narratives from. Actually, I suppose he still reads a lot. We used to read together when we were younger. We'd read the same book, but always one chapter at a time before giving it to the other to read the same chapter. That way, it felt as if we were reading together. Ah, he was always so imaginative. It still is.
So we went board a bit before we reached shore. You're not so bad yourself with your stories, lad.
I'm glad you like them. Already working on the story about you two. Oh, geez. The Claw of Eravir and the Hammer of...
Justice?
Rhea Frostgrip, the Hammer of Justice? No. Rhea Frostgrip, the Hammer of Executive Force!
Keep working on it, lad. You're getting there.
The story, can we continue?
Of course. We arrived at Twinborough in the late afternoon. The sun was already setting on the horizon, tinting the world in colors of purple. At that point, none of us could have imagined the world would be tinted in red soon enough.
Red like the sunrise, or red like blood?
We got off the ship after a short break into Twinborough. We made our way to Amasa.
We got about 2/3 of the way there without any issues, until darkness settled around us. Type of darkness that creeps up on you like an eerie mist. Type of darkness that would choke. Nope. Type of darkness that chokes all noise out of the world. You know something is going on if you hear nothing. No birds, no crickets, no wind. Just dead silence.
Didn't even realize until Kara pulled me aside and pointed it out.
Just as I was explaining it to her, my ears perked up. Far away, I heard some low humming sounds.
Didn't hear them myself, but thought we were making it up. Imagining those noises in the dark, to make up for the absence of light. Sometimes the brain does things like that.
It was so silent except for all that humming. I started getting this weird feeling in my guts.
Like a sixth sense.
Like that, yeah. Don't know if it's the genes or the experience, but at some point you start feeling when something shifts and things ain't as they should be.
Gotcha.
Either way, I hear the humming, and it's not long before it turns into a growling.
That's when I heard it too. Deep and guttural.
I saw silhouettes in the woods, left and right. Their eyes reflected our torchlight eerily. I huddled closer to Theo to protect him.
Soon we were surrounded by a knot of...
Zombies! A lot of them, everywhere. They were moaning and groaning and so ready to feast on us. I grasped Theo's hand, because I had to hold on to something.
Had to act fast. They'd already seen us and were surrounding us, so running away wasn't an option. Clearly, we had to fight our way through, so I readied my sword. It wasn't far till Amasa. I felt sturdy as a rock, like nothing could harm me. I need to ensure the same for Rhea, Archie, and Theodore. So I reached into the powers of your drink.
The woman stopped walking abruptly. While these beasts were approaching us, I drew me hammer just in case.
I heard her mumble words I didn't understand.
Enhanced by that citrine you put in our drinks, I called upon my Baba, asking for guidance. I've never had much business with the dragons, but she had. I hoped if I reached out, she could lend me some of that. I'd never felt so close to her before. Not even when I spoke to that chimera.
The zombies approached, pressing closer against our dim torchlight. When suddenly, a shield of light burst out of her sword, engulfing us, and pushing the zombies away in an eruption of divine force. It was a light of gradient gold all around us, shimmering softly.
I didn't waste any more time and kept going. Honestly, I barely know what I did myself. It's all a haze. Luckily, it seems the undead are like pack animals, at least for the most part. Made all the slashing a bit easier.
She pushed forward, cutting through the zombies one by one by one, the rest of us at her heels. But it seemed like a bottomless pit, and more came rushing towards us. The traveling shield blocked most of them, but eventually...
It began to crack. Fair enough. After a bunch of steady, forceful impacts, anything breaks. But I made sure to push the undead back with my hammer.
Meanwhile, Theodore seemed scared. He told me he wished this was just another assassination attempt instead. At least then the foes would have been, alive. I was just as terrified, but I did my best to keep him safe. Then, he tripped, and then fell. I tried to catch him, but he pulled me down with him. Kaelin was so focused on getting through the ambush that, she pressed on. We fell behind, leaving the shimmering field's presence. Darkness enclosed us, and we caught the attention of the zombies who began cornering us. I couldn't let us die, so I called out for Rhea.
By then, I'd already noticed they were gone, so I called out to Carolyn and headed back to the lads. I smashed every undead head that dared come close to Archie. Come close. And Archie? Well, I didn't know you had it in you, lad.
Well, it was out of necessity.
What happened?
Oh, one of the zombies grabbed Theo's leg and attempted to drag him away from me. But I got up, drew my rapier, and...
Poke the thing right into the eye! It dropped to the ground like a wet towel.
Fascinating.
A little. When I heard Rhea, I hurled around. They were all by themselves in the distance, almost dying because someone didn't watch their feet.
Easy, Ketter. Accidents happen.
Accidents kill people. Obviously, I couldn't let that happen, so I rushed back. We lost all of our previous advantage as more came flooded in by the second. Not wanting to waste any more time, I pulled Theodore up by his collar and threw him over my shoulder. I wasn't risking any more accidents.
God, I wish that was me.
I too wish it was me, Innkeep.
All of us.
Of course he didn't like that, God knows why. Later he said it was invading his personal space. I told him I could have let him die instead. Which maybe wasn't the right response, I guess. Shortly afterwards, we reached the gates of Amasa.
The guards came to our aid and helped ward off the zombies. Kaelin sat Theo down, and I helped him inside the safe borders of the city. The horrors were over, and thanks to Kaelin and Rhea, we reached our destination.
And to you, kid.
Yeah, I suppose you didn't do too bad of a job.
Theo was beyond thankful. Even though he wasn't amused by being thrown over Kaelin's shoulder, he understood that she saved his life. He was so impressed that he said it would make for a great story. He even started on his first draft. But after the fight, he felt really inspired to solve the conflict between Diria and the mainland. So he'll probably have no time to finish it, and he decided to give the manuscript to me. He said he always liked when I told him stories, and that he'd love to hear this tale in my words. I promised him I'd write something up for the next time we see each other.
Still a better love story than that one romance book.
You mean the one with the vampires?
Yeah, that one.
I doubt this is going to be a love story.
Oh, you sweet, sweet, beautiful boy. I was talking about you two lovebirds.
I'm sorry. Me and Theo? Oh, no, we're just friends.
Yeah, sure you are.
Yeah, room together for dragon's sake. Either way, we brought him to his destination, the city, had some tea, started making our way back to by noon. We checked out some tourist traps. Their tricks don't work if you know what they're up against.
I bought a mug.
Yeah, sure did.
But I already have more than enough mugs at home, so... I wanted you to have it, so you'll always remember our heroic adventure.
What is up with all these gay men giving me things?
I would love to. It was for me, Rhea, for me!
Uh-huh.
I could have bought a second mug.
I'm an avid keepsake collector. I'm also an avid shipper.
Splendid!
Look, it even says #1 innkeeper. Look at that.
Anyways.
You're welcome.
Afterwards, we had some tea and made our way back by noon. Once we arrived back on the mainland, the flood hit like it had been waiting for us.
I can still feel the cold water clinging to my bones. Oh, speaking of, I'll freshen up a bit. I still have mud in my shoes. And then maybe I'll continue with the rest of the story.
Of course. Take your time.
Now it's just us.
Indeed. That kid is so green behind the ears.
Weren't we all?
Can I offer either of you a drink?
After a journey like this one, I can use something that tastes like rocks and regenerates my stamina.
Coming right up.
At least 15 of them.
Oh, that's a lot. That's
You didn't deal with him. You don't know.
You invited him.
And your face was hilarious.
Was it worth it?
Oh, absolutely.
Ah, man. Pulling back the curtain a little bit, just because I love twisting the knife a bit. Up until this point, all of the drinks that I have made for quests were the drinks that I made for the very first time during my first playthrough. And then I got to this quest, and let's just say, it is very different with the other one, and nowhere near as bright.
Oh?
Let's just say there's some tragedy involved. This game does not shy away from it.
Oh.
Anyway, here's your Frosted Lagoon.
Thanks, Innkeep. Much needed.
You're welcome.
Keter, let's talk about your extraordinary fighting skills. Gotta say, I was really impressed with how you decimated those zombies.
Yeah, I mostly classed it a paladin before this. Takes a good beast slayer to know one.
I would have used the
slay
term
your
monster
beast.
hunter, but
What? Nah, I'm more of a general fighting type, you know. but I can always appreciate two strong hands. And such a well-crafted greatsword on top of that.
Happy to see you appreciate solid craftsmanship. It was a gift from my Baba. She told me the great dragons themselves gifted it to her, but I don't know if that's true. Have you ever heard of the Great Axe of Ur?
The most powerful weapon ever, forged by the origin of this world themselves? You bet.
You think it really exists? I mean, my Baba, he'd love to tell stories. But if her sword was made by the dragons, maybe Ur's great axe is also more than just a myth.
Dwarves have their origin in the subterranean caves, you know, on the plain of Ur. Grew up in a labyrinth of caves, surrounded by gems and ores, legends and tales. I mean, I haven't seen it with my own two eyes yet, but I'm convinced the legendary weapon exists. I bet it's so large, I probably wouldn't even recognize it was an axe!
I've heard Ur keeps it in their resting place at all times.
Yeah. Though so far no one has found that yet.
And hopefully, no one ever has to.
What do you mean?
You know the tale. If someone was to wake up,
The apocalypse would begin.
Kind of like what's happening right now.
But that's just an old tale, right? It's something you tell kids who don't want to eat their food. You know, eat up or will awaken.
Questionable parenting techniques, if you ask me.
Yeah, I got to hear that a few times when I was still a wee bairn. All those tales ever did was make me want to craft a legendary weapon myself.
Have you ever made something like it?
Not yet, but I will soon. I'll make the greatest weapon ever forged and smash this year's Orhart blacksmithing competition to bits! I'll outcraft my ex-husband with ease. That!
Ex-husband?
I love that everybody has their own way of censoring.
Yeah, he used to work together. Now he claims I wouldn't stand a chance without him. But I'll prove him wrong. Anyways, Innkeeper, I think it's getting quite late and it's been an exhausting week.
I did not take you for being straight.
I have two hands, Carolyn.
Fair enough. Absolutely agreed. Let's get some rest.
And then look for another quest elsewhere and to afford me crafting materials. Good night, you two.
Good night, Kellen and Rhea.
Night, Innkeep. Congrats on your mug.
I like it. I will definitely drink human water from that mug. For humans.
That was the weakest sound that I gave out. I'm so sorry. It was supposed to be louder.
The what?
That.
Oh! Damn!
It goes ding!
That was good.
It's like the TF2 frying pan sound.
She's just hitting steel over the head. She's just...
Oh my god. Alright, we are gonna head over to the ad break before we start yapping.
Oh good, I
Hold it forth a smite with that one. Oh my god.
and we're back. Nothing happened. Don't worry about it. This definitely is not like my second take of trying to make sure everything is good. Definitely didn't get 1-2 comboed by Imbario gifting a sub or having me gift a sub and then Maya. Oh man. All right, here we go.
I pay with my time. You can pay with your money. Or Twitch Prime.
Alrighty.
Anticipating.
and here we go. Act 3, Chapter 15, Riptide.
up, my fellow Enigma?
Sup? I don't find you that difficult to comprehend.
That's what they all think. How's it going? Hopping? Running?
To be honest, a little bad.
Why?
Well, a tsunami hit my tavern yesterday. And not even 2 weeks ago, the stars fell from the sky. It's been a time.
Yeah, it's been awesome! Woo!
I wouldn't phrase it like that.
I would. Seems like an attitude problem. But a tsunami, huh? So that's what that was. Cool. Sucks that I was busy playing a round of Magic the Scattering. Made me miss the whole thing. I would have loved to surf those waves.
I'm sure you would have had a grand old time. Maybe next flood.
You think I should start the next one on purpose?
Oh, dear God, no.
Aw, come on. This place has made you lame.
I'd like my tavern to keep standing, and the people around it as well.
I'd like my time to keep standing. Like I said, lame. Got anything interesting to say?
I have an interesting question.
Shoot.
Have you seen Melly anywhere? She's gone missing.
Oh, that pocket-sized detective? Sure did. Several times even.
Were any of them recently?
Would say so. I think the last time was 2 days ago. I was chilling in the moon swamp. I had just tested out that witch's good old boy recommended. Met some lost travelers on the way back and was giving them the conversation of their lives. When that cat rudely interrupted my business pitch. Made them run off without a single handshake. Little snitch.
What were you selling?
What are you buying? Hair growth cocktails inspired by your little things. You drink them, your hair grows.
Fast?
Ah, well, fast, smash, pass. It'll grow eventually. You just gotta have some patience.
I see.
Delicious, delicious snake oil.
So, Melly, at the Moon Swamp, where exactly did you see her?
On the way to the moon pools, duh. Where the paths diverge and nature tries to lead you astray from its shimmering reflections in the water.
Isn't that near one of the Twilight Chasm's portals?
Oh yeah! That means she got a fresh opportunity to go surfing. Good for her!
What a positive outlook on things.
Always good to have one of those. After all that matters in life is fun, right?
I don't know about that. Life is full of many beautiful and important things. Not all of them are fun.
They should be! At least for me. Don't care what you're up to. Speaking of fun, been wondering, do you think I should explore the Twilight Chasm?
Do you want to?
Ish. Sounds exciting, especially since I've never been there before. They say it's just like Avalon, but reversed, with a different color scheme and all that.
Do you enjoy Avalon?
Sometimes. Haven't been home in ages. Let me tell you, as soon as those portals opened up, I was out of there!
Running from pesky consequences?
You got it! Been wondering what a nightmare version of Gaia looks like. That's what they call it, right? Avalon's the dream, the Twilight Chasm's the nightmare. Gaia's like waking up. Probably doesn't look too different from the Sealy Court, am I right?
Couldn't tell you.
So you claim, but I know a fellow scam artist when I see one.
In the mirror?
Ooh, Mimic's got claws. Oh, you think you're funny, don't you? Well, you're hilarious.
I'm funny, damn it.
High five, bud?
No. And it's not because I don't have hands. I definitely have hands.
Mm-hmm. Bummer. Any-oodle-doodle. With your obviously non-existent, only hypothetical plane traveling experience, you think I should take a trip down to the horrors of memory and melancholia?
You know what? Fuck it, we ball. I think
Indeed.
you should.
Now you're speaking my language.
I think it sounds very exciting. Who knows what you'll find? Maybe the answers you'll seek.
I'm not seeking any answers. I already know what I want.
Then maybe you'll find the right questions.
You're so weird. You know that, right?
That makes two of us.
You got me there. Fascinating advice, Innkeeper. If I cared more, I'd probably say it's something about you.
I mean, I did say it, so...
Luckily for you, this is already boring me.
Then how about a drink to keep you with me a little longer?
We're on the same wavelength today, dude. Yeah, hit me with one of those. Something for those waves in my brain, so you can keep my interest a little longer.
I'll mix up something real quick. God, I love your band so much as Inigo.
Ain't I a stinker?
God, how do you do it? What is this here? Actually, you know what? You know what? You get teeth. You get to chew your drink today as it chews on you. I'm sure it'll be a fun adventure. Give you a little bit of extra charisma. We'll give you a bunch of brain. And
Not
then
the first time I've eaten teeth.
You know what?
Strength.
It was strength.
Red
You're
juice.
right. That's too much yellow. We need to give you a little bit of blood. There we go. Bone apple teeth, as they say.
Ooh.
Quick-witted and mischievous. Just like you.
Sick! This is lit, I'll give you that.
Thank you? Welcome back, buyer.
Thank you.
How was your road trip?
It was good. We stopped by my spa and did mud masks.
And did you help them find a way back home?
Yes. The forests were lush and green. We didn't find any sleeping people, but we ran into a group of meerkats, and a rug engaged in a conversation about taxes. The nice ghost even gave me her sunglasses.
They're so cool. What else is up?
The sky, the sun, but no stars.
And some trees.
No, trees are in the middle.
Not to an ant.
Ugh, ants. So cute. Do you have any ants?
Not on me.
In you?
Mm.
And you, Innkeeper? Any ants?
I have a lot of uncles, but not at the moment. Sorry.
Oh. Oh. No ants.
Cousins. Can I offer you a drink as an apology?
Yes. Make me feel like a little nimble ant.
Ant potion. Got it. A potion for ants. What is this?
Be sure to add the Z.
Yeah.
Oh my god,
ants
can we
with a
watch
Z?
Ant Z?
I would love that.
Yes!
Not Bug's Life.
You know, Ant Z, yes.
Yeah.
That one was the one about the capitalistic grasshoppers. You right.
No, it's about the Ant Z!
Here, for my favorite pseudo-ant.
Oh, this is so tasty. I want to look up at the trees now.
I'm sure they'll seem taller. Can I do anything else for you?
Yes, several things. Have you been handing out my coupons?
I have. Just recently I gave some to Voy. Have people been dropping by?
They have, and they're really nice. The mud masks are the most popular, and the flowers. Grace said my flower bracelets are her favorite.
They must be gorgeous.
I'm making new ones just for her.
She'll love that.
I hope so. Second thing, are you okay?
To be honest, I feel a bit distraught. The other day really did a number on me. I'm trying to stay positive, but I can't say I feel the best.
Oh no, that's awful. Do you want extra coupons? Or flowers? Flower coupons?
I think your company will be quite enough.
Oh, nice. But what about lotus flowers? I brought you some in case I needed to cheer you up.
Oh, for me?
Yes. They are special flowers.
I've heard they're Ur's favorites, and they bless you with their protection.
They also make you feel nimble, like an ant.
Thank you very much, Baya.
I've been wanting to check on people. I really enjoyed the flood. But I thought about when the Banshee told Mari and me that some people don't like drowning. Weird.
I know, right?
Correct?
I hope I can cheer them up a little.
You're already cheering me up.
I am?
Yeah, I was bored. Now I'm having fun. Cheering up quest succeeded.
Yippee!
I also have some questions.
Ask me.
Have you seen Melly anywhere in your swamp? The small cat Vukakin. She might have been investigating your flowers.
No, I didn't see a cat anywhere. But I was also very busy, tending to my sniffling willows. They need a lot of love.
I see. How's your swamp doing?
Good. It's so wet now. There are so many new interesting critters and plants.
What kind of plants? Those with teeth?
Some have teeth, some have eyes, and spikes, and haunting spirals of long-forgotten mistakes.
Sick. I gotta check those ones out.
You're a blessing. They're nice. They speak just like little, horrible birdies.
You're one of those people who can talk to plants.
Yes.
How are they doing? The plants, I mean.
Depends on the plant. But they're all very loud at the moment. They love the water. They hate the water. They complain about the onslaught of the dead. They're ambivalent about the water.
They need to make up their name. They need to make up their mind about the water. What was that?
Ambivalent. It means they don't care, but they still want to say something about it.
No. The thing before that, the undead.
Them. The trees from the pale wood are very upset. They say that squeaky undead keep chewing on the roots and bark and leaves.
And their brains?
No, they can't reach those. But there's a lot of them. Maybe soon they'll learn how to climb or fly.
The Pale Woods. I've never been there before. Is it a good hangout spot?
I don't think so. It's so dry. But maybe the undead like dryness.
I would think they prefer bogs.
Everyone should.
Agreed. Hey, Baya, can you show me those Twilight Chasm plants? Would love to taste test them.
Yes. But you have to help me hand out coupons first.
Do I have to?
Please.
Altruism, you. Fine. But only because I'm getting bored again.
And please keep handing them out to people who need cheering up Innkeeper. Including yourself.
You know what? You got it right now. Hey, would you like a coupon? Yes, I would. Thank you. Much appreciated.
Amazing.
Will do. Have fun, you two.
Thank you.
Hiya, Fable. How's it going? All fine and dandy?
Well, fine and tired. Actually, not so fine.
How come?
Oh, the city's a mess. So is the Grove. Themis and Trigarin. Still don't know exactly what happened or how. There's the undead problem not too far from us. Carolyn said it's pretty grave. And no one has seen Melly in days. A lot of people are worried. And a lot of people also just aren't. Una told me not to worry either, but...
It's hard?
Yes. Very. I just want everyone to be safe. I want to fix this. Whatever this is.
Fable, I know everything is a lot right now. Especially since this is the first wave of adventures you've ever faced. Pun unintended. But Una isn't wrong. A little less worrying wouldn't hurt. I'm sure it's not as bad as it feels right now. Sure, it's unpleasant, but worse things have happened. And we've always been fine. Maybe it's just nature, or the dragons are craving change. There's nothing we can do about it.
There's always something we can do. You taught me that.
Look, sometimes things sort themselves out too. It's quite pleasant to wait occasionally.
Just wish we could do more.
I understand. How about a drink? That's something I can do for you.
Not right now, I think. Hey! You look...
Stressed?
Stressed? Why? What makes you say that? I'm good. I'm fine. Everything's great.
What's wrong?
Nothing's wrong. Everything's awesome.
If you're saying it like that, something must be terribly wrong. How about a drink? A little help for telling us what's going on?
Sure.
Here.
Everything is awesome.
I was going to make the Lego movie reference. You need to stop stealing my brain cell. I can't be that obvious, can I?
Do we need to wear the sharing the brain cell shirt?
We might. I just need to put a second hole in it. We'll give you some extra charisma, and we'll sharpen that edge of yours because I don't want it to get dull. Here you are.
I hope this helps with the word vomit.
You put vomit in this?
No, it's... just keep drinking it. It's funny.
Okay. It does a little bit. Thank you.
Anytime. So, what happened?
Nothing really much at all. I was just taking a stroll, trying to find Melina, checking on the people Fable asked me to check in on.
Thank you for that.
Yeah. After you helped me calm down last night, I'm glad I could help. So I was, taking a walk around the outskirts of Themis.
Walk is, good, right?
Right. So good. I even came across new people. A lot of them were echoes.
Did you talk to them?
Of course not.
I expected nothing else. That's peculiar, though. There aren't a lot of echoes on Gaia.
There are now. Apparently, the flood brought in a lot of primordial refugees. Not everyone's comfortable being submerged in water, after all. And they say Leviathan's plane is a mess right now.
Oh. I hope everyone has a place to stay.
They're looking for places, for sure. Some merchants are even offering them rides around Phesoa and beyond. Like to Borkum, for example, which they advertised as the perfect vacation spot.
It is. It's right by the Phesoan Wadden Sea, very popular with travelers and retirees. I believe Una lives there currently, when she's not bothering me in my tavern.
Awesome. I bet it's great there. I bet you can relax like nowhere else.
What's going on, Kumo?
Nothing. Nothing at all. Just my parents taking a casual trip to Borkum.
Your parents? Like the ghosts? Was Twat also flooded?
Unlikely. I don't think souls can live the upper world so easily.
You're right. It would be difficult for ghosts to make it out of Tuat and into a mocktail bar. But being Gaian tourists is a lot easier to do when you're not actually dead.
I'm sorry to ask this of you, but you might have to elaborate a little more.
It's simple. My parents aren't dead.
That's not how the meme goes.
I saw them with the merchants near Themis booking a carriage and all-inclusive boat journey to Borkum. They were going on about how they had a positive outlook on having to leave the primordial sea. How it was like a free vacation, a blessing in disguise. Good for them.
But didn't you see them die?
No. I just saw a burning village, and I couldn't find them anywhere. That foolish conclusion was all mine.
So they didn't die. They just...
left. Yes.
I'm sorry, Kumo. That's awful.
It's a new kind of awful, for sure. How stupid of me to think them dead. Shouldn't have thought that shouldn't have thought that only the claws of Tuat could make them leave me.
You should have. They're your parents. They should have never abandoned you.
Well, they did.
Indeed. So, what now?
I'm not sure. I don't know what to do.
You want to talk about it?
No. Not right now.
Kumo, maybe?
Anyway, have you found Melina yet?
Not yet. But Inigo saw her last at the Moon Swamp.
What?
About 2 days ago.
But there's a Twilight Chasm portal there, where the Dragon Curse flood started.
Indeed.
Did Baya see her?
No, she didn't.
That's great. That's awesome. That's even better.
You've said awesome an alarming number of times.
Because this is all so awesome!
I'll keep looking for her.
There's not a lot you can do without leaving your tavern. Except... Innkeeper, please, I beg of you, put out a quest to find Melly. Right now, I need to figure out what to do about my parents before they disappear again. I don't know how much time I'll have. She needs to be safe, but I can't go myself. We need to find her. Please, help me find her.
I don't exactly have enough information yet, but I'll make sure to find out more and make a quest. Are you sure you don't want to go on it yourself?
I want nothing more for her to be safe. But if I don't figure out what to do about my parents, I'll regret it for the rest of my life. I need to trust the others to find her.
We will. I promise, we will.
Please do. I will. I have to go think.
Good luck with that. I'll see you soon.
Yeah. Don't burn down your tavern. I mean...
I'll try not to. Someone's worried.
Of course he is. Do you really think that Melly is okay?
I do. She's smarter than anything she could encounter. I trust her to take care of herself.
I do too. Still, just a child.
A very capable child.
A child, nonetheless. Wherever and however she is. Whether she was just watching the sky or trying to unravel a mystery, she might need help. So, please give me that quest.
Pardon?
Please, give me that quest right now, so I can find her.
No. It's not done.
That's alright. I already know both of the rumors, and I know Melly well. I think I have enough information to find her, and... I don't think we have time to be pedantic right now.
There is a certain way things have to be done.
Your way?
Yes. I'm sorry, but that's just how things are.
Because you made them that way.
Fable, listen. If you rush into this, you'll be putting both Melly and yourself in danger.
You just told me not to worry about it. How dangerous could it be then?
Well...
Weren't you encouraging me to go on more adventures just a week ago? Or are you only okay with me leaving when it's something as small as some snails?
I just think something like the flood must have been caused by a massive force. Whether worrisome, purposeful, or neither, it's certainly not harmless. And you don't have a lot of experience with adventures like this. Or with different planes. What if she's in the Twilight Chasm? You need to level up before you stand a chance against true nightmares. Maybe we can get another quest from the farmers. The field must have taken a lot of damage. Kuo needs cheering up too!
Don't patronize me.
I simply don't think you're ready for this one.
Why are you being like this? You always say I should get out of my comfort zone. You encourage me to change, to grow stronger and braver. And now that I do, it's suddenly wrong?
I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm saying the timing isn't right.
And why do you get to decide what my timing is? Why should I leave my comfort zone, but once something is out of yours, it's a mistake?
Things aren't that simple.
I know. I've lived for over 100 years. I know things that aren't simple. I also know that they don't change by pretending they aren't there, or by pretending they're not missing.
Think what you might. The quest hasn't been put up yet, so it cannot be taken.
I don't need some sheet of parchment to find her. Just make me a drink.
Think about this. You might damn both of you this way. You're going to look for someone no one has seen in several days after a giant disaster. She could be anywhere, including in a realm of nightmares you know nothing about. You've never even encountered bleak stalkers, and they'd be the least of your worries there. There are adventurers here who have faced things worse than this, who will have a much higher chance of bringing her back safely, along with themselves.
Is this your way of saying you won't make me a drink?
Just let it go. Let someone else handle it.
So they get hurt instead of me.
That's not what I said.
But it's what you meant.
You don't know what's awaiting you out there.
But you do?
Please, just stay.
You can't keep me here forever.
Why not?
Because I've made up my mind.
And I've made up mine. I'm not giving you the quest. I'm not making you a drink.
Okay. I don't need a drink.
Don't be ridiculous! Going on an adventure without my help is reckless at best, foolish at worst.
I'm not going to sit around and wait while other people suffer. Not if I have a chance to help them. I'm not like you.
You're right. You're not. You have no idea what you're getting yourself into.
I know I'm going to find Melina. I don't care what it takes. And I'm not going to let anyone stop me, not even you.
Fable! Maybe I should have been more honest. After all, they've always been honest with me. If I had just explained everything to them. Now they're going to run towards their doom just because I can't. No. I don't want to think about that. Not sure what to do with these rumors now. Guess I'll just hang on to them. Well, I better close up for the day.
Let's fucking go! I've been
Holy frick,
so excited about that specific scene.
Star restaurant we're at.
Oh my god.
I'm so sorry.
Can I?
No, you're welcome. That was beautiful. Thank you I'm so glad you helped commit to that. I need to learn. I need to remember how to do these. Oh my god.
Can I just say, it is the way and neither of you stumbled once. Like, oh my god.
Yeah, I will admit, holy shit, we locked in on that. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
The argument was real.
Here's the thing. It was to the point where I was like actually kind of physically shaking a little bit.
Oh no, I was shaking that entire time.
Oh my god.
I'm still like.
Yeah, no, I'm actually kind of shaking.
Legends are clerics, I think.
So I'm.
Is it the
I'm
legend
glad
one?
My baby.
Legends are clerics
is
on the
going
right
off
side.
On their adventure because holy shit.
No, it's not that one.
Oh,
Here. It's all right. We got the hints. Let's go. I do not have
Find my cat.
I do not have the brain right now to like actually fully think this through. There we go. It's this one. It's the trees. Got it.
What about taking the time to think things through?
It's fine.
The vegan dead. Immaculate.
The vegan dead. All right. I'm just to make sure that we have time on this one, I'm going to swap on over to the ads. And then we will we'll get more ad time and we'll be all good. Alrighty. All right. Ad break is good and we are ready to make it to the next couple of days. These days are going to be notably shorter, probably around 20 minutes of in-game content each. So, we should be able to get probably not all of them, but a decent amount of them before the next ad break. So with all that said, let us begin. Act 3, Chapter 16, The Pen and the Sword. Hello, brave adventurer. Welcome back to my tavern.
Hello, Innkeeper.
How are you doing? These past few days have been quite, eventful.
I am feeling so inspired. My first real adventure was so utterly exciting, I haven't stopped residing in my memories ever since we returned. When I got home, I immediately started writing everything down so I wouldn't forget anything. And it reads just like all those adventuring tales and books from my childhood.
Sounds like you had a very good time. It's delightful to see you flourishing.
Actually, I've been thinking about switching careers.
Oh? How come?
All these adventures, don't get me wrong, it's new and exciting. But instead of experiencing them myself, it might be better to tell the tale of those brave heroes and heroines around me. Creating stories is much more enjoyable than facing the dangers of adventuring myself.
I'd like to note the others mentioned how much they loved listening to your stories.
You're right.
I think Theo would enjoy this idea as well.
You think so?
He seemed very entertained on the trip to Deria.
Perhaps you might be onto something here.
On another, slightly straighter note, how about a drink to wind down a little?
Sure, why not?
Any specific wishes?
Surprise me with something that'll keep me focused on writing. Something to ward off distracting thoughts of fear, or anything.
Nothing easier than that. Let's see what you want. Yes, defense. Give you a nice first snow for your first love. Roommate.
My first love of writing, exactly.
Your first love of writing, yes, exactly.
Yes.
Exactly. See, you picking up what you're putting down.
I love to pick things up.
Care to elaborate on that?
I like to be useful.
Good enough.
Whew.
A drink for the upcoming best-selling author.
Very sweet of you. Thank you very much. Oh, this tastes absolutely delightful. I can already feel the words aligning, impatiently waiting to be written down.
Don't mention it. I'm always happy to help.
Oh, speaking of which, have you by any chance heard of Melina, the famous detective?
As it happens, I have. You get to know quite a lot of people when you run a tavern, you know. Have you seen her recently?
Sadly, not in a while, no. I last saw her at least a week ago, if not 2. How curious that you also know her. Meeting such a well-known detective is a fantastic source of inspiration and exciting stories. I've heard stories of her solving the case of the lost familiars in Zoford.
Yes. She solved it alongside her trusty assistant.
Ah, how inspiring. I'd love to tell her tale someday. Maybe I'll combine it with some of the rumors I've heard about this one mysterious place in the southwest of Phesoa.
Oh, which one might that be?
It's a wizard tower, a magical place full of puzzles, mysteries, and magic. I've heard tales of it harboring hundreds of books containing lost and forbidden knowledge. But that's not all. There are treasures of unfathomable value and magical trinkets as well. What an exciting thought for a young detective to stumble upon such a place like that.
Definitely a story I'd read. Promise to send me a copy, please.
Oh, but of course, I'll deliver it to you myself. You know, even if we might be a few years apart, seeing her reminded me of my own childhood. Sure, the circumstances are completely different, and I was never allowed to wander off by myself. But she seemed, I don't know, a little lonely, just like me back then. Always looking for my own adventures, though she found them in the real world, while I relied on books. But I'm glad she found an assistant to keep her company. The life of a detective can certainly be a lonely one.
And you have Theodore by your side.
do you really think he counts as an assistant?
That's for you to decide. He definitely doubles as a friend. But I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but, well, Melly has been missing since the Twilight flood.
No! Tell me you're joking.
Sadly not. I'm sorry.
Oh no, I hope she's alright. She's probably just investigating the cause of the flood.
I'm thinking the same. She might be young, but she's really tough. I doubt even a flood of this size would be a challenge for her.
Then I'll trust your instincts.
Kumo, it's great to see you.
I've solved it.
Solved what?
My parent problem. I solved it.
And how did you do that?
It's simple. I'm here to ask you to write up and hand out a quest for me. A quest to find them and to kill them.
What?
Oh my!
Sorry, did you say kill them?
I'm sorry, what part of that did you not understand? Yes!
Why do you want to kill your parents?
Isn't it obvious?
No! Can't say it is.
Their death is what set me on the bleak path that is my life. It led me towards my destiny, my purpose.
Which would be stealing? Revenge? A lifetime membership to Hot Topic?
Darkness.
Ah, okay, so yes, third thing. Got it. Of course.
Now that they're back, it's messing up my aesthetic purpose.
Right.
So I must take destiny back into my own hands.
Why not talk this through instead?
I saw that second option, I know. Talking doesn't solve anything.
It might make you feel a little better. And less murderous?
No. I must embrace who I am. And for that, they must die. So please, a quest. Have it done. Quickly.
As you wish. I'll set it up for you.
Thank you. I shall leave you to it.
Before you go, how about a drink for the road? Maybe one that'll have you talking about something other than killing your parents.
Yes. I shouldn't allow them a warning. So I must be deceitful about my feelings.
That is not what I meant. I'll see what I can do for you.
You don't understand, Innkeep. This is who I am!
All of you, step into your mystery.
Step inside and hold on for dear life.
But put it to a very nice, chipper, swing beat, though, because that's really,
I'm sorry.
really catchy.
Oh, I love a swing beat.
It's
I'm
so...
sorry. Don't you remember me? Capture you and set you free? I am all of me.
You're a beautiful singer.
I don't remember what Draco we need here. Fuck. We need the spoken heart. We need to give you you need to give your OG back. There we go. All right, so we got the red, we need the blue, and then we just need charisma. We got you. I actually need to go listen to that song again. God, that's such a bop.
October, Sonic X Shadow Generations. I mean Shadow Generations. I mean Shadow the Hedgehog 2.
Here we go. Maybe this will help your heart a little.
You're right. My heart will need the help stabbing. It feels nice. Really warm. Like a hug.
Do you need a hug, Kumo?
I need to stab my parents! I mean, I need to go.
Stay safe out there.
Sure.
And Kumo?
Yes?
Have you talked to Fable?
Yesterday, yes. They left to go find Melly.
I see. Good luck with your parents.
I don't need luck. I need vengeance.
Sure you do.
I need the night. I am Edgeman!
Does he...
Yes, he does this all the time. Don't worry about it.
All right, good to know. But more specifically, does he need help?
Killing my parents!
Yes, he does. Yes, he
no,
does.
not with killing your parents!
Do you want to help them kill their parents?
Yes! Pardon me, no, of course not. I mean, psychological help. They don't look like they're doing too well, if I might say.
He's always quite broody and mysterious. But their parents being alive really threw off their groove, if you know what I mean.
You wouldn't think that's a bad thing, really. And now they want to kill them, just because it doesn't fit the backstory they came up with. This is the possibility for a happy ending to an otherwise dark story. You've got it right there, packaged. Please don't tell me you're actually going to set them up a quest to assassinate them.
I am but a mere innkeeper to this tavern. I'm just following Kumo's wishes.
So you're going to put out a hit?
I won't tell if you won't.
Well, I would have expected you to have a little more backbone, or, I don't know, moral standards, so to speak.
I have both of those things. I have both of those very human things. I'll have you know.
You were so sure about Melina's well-being and even calmed me down. I can't believe you'd offer such a violent solution.
I tried to stop him. But I don't think I could get them to talk to their parents right now. You heard them. And that's exactly why there's still hope.
Wait, no, I don't think I understand.
You see, there's a little thing called Keikaku Dori.
Mm-hmm.
You see, Kumo won't take on the quest himself. So there'll be someone else that can talk to his parents.
That, sounds like a really questionable plan, if I may say so.
It'll work out. I'm sure of it.
Most
likely it won't be a very difficult quest. Especially not if you know your way with words. As a nobleman like you would, for example.
Well, I'm still certain this isn't a quest for me, even though I could probably do it. What if the situation actually escalates into violence? I wouldn't know what to do.
No pressure. I just wanted to make an offer. Do you want a different quest then?
weren't you listening? I don't think I want to be an adventurer anymore. Hearing Kumo just now has amplified my doubts. I never want to have to kill anyone ever again. Being a murderer is not how I envisioned my life to be.
Of course not.
But I also don't know in what direction my life is headed from now on. My heart is so full of excitement after my last adventure.
This might only be a tale, but there's this place of infinite knowledge.
Oh? Are you by any chance talking about the
subterranean caves on the plain of Ur?
I've read so many stories about them. A hidden yet wondrous place. Though I really doubt a guy immortal like me could ever even walk there. But I've heard you can get there through the Twilight Chasm. Innkeeper, do you think that's true? That there's a portal to Ur somewhere in the Twilight Chasm?
Well, maybe. This world is full of wonders, after all. And since the Twilight Realm arose from Ur's dreams, I'd say it isn't completely unlikely.
Just thinking about the caves makes my heart beat faster than my fingertips itch. Maybe I should write a little story about them. Time to write down some key words or I might lose my ideas.
You know, I don't think you need Ur to lead you. Your heart already knows what it wants to do.
Huh? Oh, do you really think so?
Yes. It's quite obvious, actually. How about you go write down those keywords now? This might already be an upcoming bestseller.
Oh, you really are a sweet talker, aren't you? Thank you for your advice. Goodbye, Innkeeper.
Until next time, Archie.
Don't let them kill their parents!
I might! Good evening, Kaelin.
Evening.
Has boredom already caught up with you again?
It's always on my trail. Guessing this quest is still free.
Not for much longer, it seems. Haven't had enough of the undead yet?
I've got practice with them now. Might as well make some use of it.
Fair enough. I thought you'd be looking for Melly instead.
Can't say I'm not worried about the little girl. But Fable's already on it. And I trust Melly too. To come back, I mean. She promised me we'd see each other again soon. I'm learning to believe in people's words. You should too.
You do. But trust is a scary thing.
Everything's scary if Fable's to be believed. Might as well pick the fun horrors to commit to.
Like the undead?
Exactly. I also gotta check up on my cousin. Those undead snails are sounding a lot more concerning now.
At least they're even slower than the regular undead.
Very calming. Thanks.
Want to take Archie along again? He might be the calming presence you're seeking.
Under no circumstances, no.
What if you get bored? He has a very good stories to tell.
Shut up.
Yes. How will we talk about what drink you want then? Yeah, that's what I thought.
Well, dearie me, my dearest acquaintances. Innkeeper, Dame Carolyn, you both look radiant today.
What are we radiating? Oh God, did I step into
That's me multi-classing into paladin. Glad you noticed.
I shan't say. 'Twould be far too rude to tell you that you smell like dog shit.
How polite of you. How are you doing, Scully?
Oh, just wonderful. Yesterday I had the most delightful tea party with Sir Alphonse and Lady Frostgrip. Alphonse and I were able to learn so much about the times we've missed, thanks to the young blacksmith prodigy. This world is an exciting and beautiful one.
And by tomorrow the vampire will have forgotten all about it.
Oh, but sure means you'll get to remember again. Now marvelous. The endless pursuit of learning is a wonder in and of itself. Speaking of learning, if you'll allow me, I'd like to learn of how you're doing on this fine day of ours, Dame Karen. You do look a little spent, and I'd hate to be intruding upon your space.
Just exhausted by all these people and their constant talking. You're good, though. Ain't your fault.
I understand. Social aspects of life can be exhausting, as they come with so many rules and obstacles one must traverse. But throughout this overwhelming obstacle course of mortal interactions, we can find many magnificent treasures. And all of them make these efforts worthwhile.
Like quests.
I was thinking about friends, but quests too, yes. Are you heading out on one?
Yep.
What's the cause?
An unusual amount of undead creatures are haunting Phesoa lately.
Bless you.
I'm welcome. Especially near the Pale Woods. Kellen's going to go check on that.
An undead gathering in the Pale Woods? But why so? Their convention, perhaps, eh, what?
No, it sounds more like the violent type of crowd.
Good heavens! It seems that this sentiment is common among my compatriots. Sense and sensibilities are often lost when you're ripped from the afterlife without your soul attached to your body.
You don't have a soul. Got a lot of personality for that to be true.
Oh, it's very kind of you to say, flirting with an old soul like me. But I'm afraid I'm a mere fragment of my former self.
An opportunity to find a new self, then.
What a sweet promise. Still, it's strange after everything you were forgotten when once you were where you are.
Well, how can you be forgotten when you're here where you were forgotten when you were?
Oh,
Yeah.
Couldn't have been it better myself.
We will remember you as you are now, as I'm sure people did for your former self. Here.
I hope I shall grow into a pleasant memory then, as well as a pleasant presence.
You already are.
That makes my non-present soul very happy to hear. You can see the blush marks I used crayon. Dame Carolyn, would you mind me tagging along on your quest? It sounds like a haven of fascinating research, and I've not been able to indulge in that pastime for a long time.
Sure. Come along. Skeletons should be a great help in wiping out a bunch of undead.
Golly coot pipple-wattle! Wiping out? By no means would that be our approach. We should study them. Or better yet, strike up a civilized conversation. With enough charisma, I'm certain we can remind them of their mortal consciences.
Don't be ridiculous. They'll rip us apart. Or they'll rip me apart.
Well, we can simply ask the Innkeeper for some additional defense, in case they need some initial convincing.
I could even offer you some frost armor to go along with it. A few frozen pine cones here and there, and you'll have a little more of a buffer if your words don't take hold.
Ah, spiffing idea, eh, what?
Or we just fight them. Smash their bones together until they stop moving. No offense, Scully.
So none taken. Just a chill ran down my spine. Though I believe the cleverer approach would be to rely on speed. Unawakened undead are rather slow, so we should embrace this possible advantage.
Dexterity then. And defense. You were right on track with that one.
May I suggest adding some of a Morganite lotus flower to this combination?
I don't care what you do.
Much like Citrin, it'll bless your weapon strikes and lend you some of the power of the great dragons.
Oh, I certainly care.
The undead are incredibly vulnerable to holy attacks. No offense, Scully.
None taken. Because indeed we are very vulnerable. Power of the dragons is a difficult one to harness. I'm impressed by your capabilities, Innkeeper.
I think your delight should be aimed towards the magical ingredients.
To dilute them in such a way is quite a skill in itself, as is choosing our approach to this. We should leave this up to him, correct?
Yeah, you figure it out, Innkeep. Some additional defense is a given, but what should we focus on? Charisma or dexterity?
And don't forget those wondrous infusions of yours.
I would never. You know what I saw?
Dexterity.
I hear you. I hear what you're putting down. But what if I didn't?
Seems the Innkeeper has a bit of a soft spot for these old bones.
What if I just tossed in a whole ass pine cone in the drink? And just
We're doing pine cones now?
Yeah,
it's like the opposite of dexterity.
We need to balance out the speed, and we're going to give even more charisma. I don't even know if it's I don't even know if Scully needs it, but it's fine.
I certainly don't. I'm a ray of sunshine over here.
I would like to think that not all of these souls or bodies are fully lost. If you can save even one of them, it'll be worth it.
I couldn't agree more. Thank you for your faith in us, Innkeeper.
I guess I'll give them a chance. But if they start gnawing on your bones, I won't hold back. Those are mine to gnaw on.
That's... Madam. I'm counting on it. Come on, let us make some new friends.
Enjoy your travels, your conversations, and your battles. And some bones, maybe. Alright. Oh god, I don't remember the quest. I really should have changed it to have the color coding back. Oh god. I forgot how dramatic these are. And so like I forgot how dramatic these days are, so like my brain has been completely locked in on just focusing on delivering. But I actually think I think one of them is actually we definitely need to kill his parents. And I think the other one is the wizard tower. So
they must die for my backstory. That fucking madam got me.
You know what? You know what? Respect for you for committing to the bit, Kumo. Man takes role playing very seriously. The greatest them be in all of Phesoa. I'm sorry, Fable. We're having a bit of a rough spot. I can't say that right now. I miss my Themby tales. Let's see, where is it? Is it this one? No, is it this one? Fuck. No, it's not. Help me. Oh, it's the flood, right? There we go. There we go. The Parent Trap.
Oh, it looks so edgy.
I love that movie.
It's such a good movie. Alrighty. Look him. Also, I saw the art in the chat that Color did a while ago. I'm definitely sharing that at the end of stream. Oh my god. But for now,
try
though.
And add more to it.
Oh my! What do you mean add more? Oh no! Oh, I'm scare-sighted. Alrighty, here we go. Act 3, Chapter 17, In Pursuit of Entropy.
You know, your quests are getting weirder by the day.
I mean, no one's forcing you to take that quest.
Unless you have one of basilisk swarms and waiting in the back. I think I'm good with this one.
No basilisks, I'm afraid. Eager to kill some parental figures?
You know it.
Oh, fuck. Speaking of family, you haven't brought your sister by in a while. How is she?
I don't know. We no longer speak.
Oh, I didn't know that. You two were unbeatable when it came to bar fights.
Yeah. I love her, but she's become a little too much like our parents. So I need to love her from afar. Or I wouldn't be loving myself very much.
I'm sorry to hear that. Cutting her off must have hurt a lot. Must still hurt a lot.
I've come to terms with it. Came out stronger in the end. That's all I could do.
Maybe. But the wounds stay, don't they?
People wound you, that's what they do.
They can also heal you.
Huh. That is a false sense of security. Eventually, it all falls away.
Not everyone is doomed to become your enemy, including yourself.
And I think you are doomed to say the weirdest things possible whenever you get the chance.
It's a blessing, not a curse.
If you want to see it that way. This rogue guy got any siblings?
None that we know of. Their parents kind of, faked their deaths. Abandoned him when he was very young. They haven't exactly been writing postcards.
I guess no one would handle that very well.
What do you think about the whole killing them measure?
Adds up to me.
Does?
Yeah. Not like they ever faced any real consequences for being shitty. Always falls on the kids, doesn't it?
And you think being murdered is an appropriate consequence?
It's not about what I think, I'm just taking the job.
Right. But I was thinking...
Think less. Or rather, think about what you're gonna mix for me instead.
So you're not even hesitating?
I'm a bounty hunter, Innkeeper.
Of monsters. A monster hunter, if you will. I assumed.
Charge blade supremacy. But not all monsters look unlike us.
I thought you don't do charity.
I don't. I expect a hefty payment by the end of this. That theme must have some jewels stored away somewhere, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, drinks.
Drinks. Of course. Murder. How would you like to approach it?
With a lot of force. Don't know how strong they are, but I need to be stronger.
Maybe some defense in the mix would be good too. Their attack patterns turn out to be more complex than you thought.
Seems like you do listen to me sometimes.
Your stories of fighting mirages and three-headed antelopes and some sort of lion dragon thing with a super ultra nova attack are far too compelling to forget.
I'd hope so. Toasters are memorable like that. You still got any of those frozen pine cones lying around? The ones you gave me for the mountain mimic.
Who's a mimic? What? Right.
Who? What? If those deadbeat picked up some primordial magic, I could use some elemental protection.
Clever as always, Jade.
Obviously. Plus that frost armor is pretty cool.
Luckily for you and your coolness factor.
No.
You and your health. I got a big shipment of them in last month.
Cool. I'll take some of those then.
They're not contending with another approach?
No. Unless...
Unless...
I guess there's another way.
Is there? Please?
Listen, some things are unfixable. I'd saw both my legs off before I'd ever talk to my folks again. But this wound is fresh. It could be possible to delay the inevitable. I could convince them to leave, scare them off, banish them somewhere where they can't hurt him. That way he can find them later, if he ever changes his mind. Maybe this rift isn't completely irreparable after all.
It sounds like you're asking for some charisma.
And some speed. Should hurry up before he does anything drastic himself.
Yep, some dexterity might help too. You never know how that could react. Might have to dodge some blows.
Huh. Might have to. You got any of that inspiration garbage laying around? I'm not so good with words when it comes to situations like this, and I might have to inspire them to be a little less awful.
I could offer you either Thunder Sage or Honey Flowers, whichever flavor you prefer.
You choose. About it all. Charisma, dexterity, inspiration. It's the less violent route, but it's not what he asked for. So I won't complain about a strength and defense mix either. As long as you throw the frost armor in. I think my decision about this would be tinted by my own experiences, so please, little help?
Always, Jade. Thank you for asking.
And make sure to leave Onyx some leftovers. She's thirsty.
I love that Onyx has a little nose ring. I love Turtle Friend. This
Turtle
entire
friend, best friend.
This entire game is just full of little guys. I'm very happy.
Good turtle, best friend.
There we go. I was going to make a good cat best friend reference, but Melly's missing right now. Oops. Good cat. Best flotation device. It'll be fine. She'll be fine. Here you go. Maybe this cause isn't as lost as we think it is. If they can't be reasoned with.
I can always trick them and kill them that way, yes. But I guess I'll try talking first. Let's hope this is the right choice.
Don't you trust me? Please don't answer that.
You wish.
What did I just say? Don't forget to fill me in on your success.
If I have any charisma left in me, you'll be sure to hear all about it. Until then, don't tell him what I'm doing.
I shall keep this secret between us.
You do love those. Typical Fae, I guess.
What?
Don't take too many names while I'm gone.
I wouldn't dream of it. It's not like I'm... You don't know me.
Ah, man, you gotta be careful with that ethereal bamboo. I mean, it's super cool and all, but if you cut it the wrong way, it's gonna charge up and... Whoosh! Gone you are, sucked into the ethereal weave.
Oh, well...
You know, like those fishies that'll kill you if you cook them the wrong way.
Fish?
Delicious fugu. Yes! They look like balls with spikes. Don't know about the name, though, even though I just said it. Whoopsie doodles.
Do you mean... Fugu?
Fugu. That! Whoa, wait. Also here. Lol.
Did you just... Sure am!
LMFAO. You're looking fire. Nice drip.
I'm not on fire, and I'm not wet either.
Gibbity, am I right?
Thank you, Nico.
Nico, can we stay on topic, please?
Oh my god. Topic. Oh, right. I heard any type of vibration can trigger a small rift. Just gonna leave that one out there. It's like disturbing a sleeping dragon. Wrong move and the world's faltering and whatnot.
So, you're saying if I use my bow the wrong way, I could open a rift and be lost in the ethereal weave?
That would suck big time. But alas... Though, can't be entirely sure. I mean, what's the fun in knowing everything for sure? Don't be basic. Embrace the chaos.
As long as you don't fuck up, you'll be fine.
Nothing easier than that. Especially under pressure.
It's like a rhythm game. You can only get perfects and greats. You get one good and you will die.
I suck at rhythm games.
Oh, no.
Hatsune Miku would be disappointed.
Especially then, I'm sure.
And you have nothing to worry about, friendo. Might even come in handy one day. The person who made your instrument must have at least. Like, one thought about making it like that.
They did. Many thoughts, actually.
Good mythical morning, Innkeeper.
Hex, did you just pick up that paper without touching it? You know you have hands.
I don't want to touch this silly paper. Your grubby hands have been all over it.
I don't... Well, thank you for at least confirming that I do have hands. See, I have hands.
Have you washed them at least at all throughout this entire time, Innkeeper? I didn't notice a sink anywhere in this facility.
Anyway, the time!
I know. Theopractically, it's early afternoon, but who cares?
Good theopractical morning, Hex.
Almost there. You forgot the mythical.
Good mythical theopractical morning.
Better! Okay, listen up. I found this little leaflet on your notice board. And I saw you're finally sending someone out to investigate that abandoned wizard tower. And I just decided that someone is me. I've been wanting to see what's up there for a while now. Talk about good timing.
Did you say wizard tower? What's the tea?
Well, there's an abandoned wizard tower near Niverduf on a small island called Morlaya.
Ah, the one with the worms.
I think you can find worms in any ecosystem.
That's what they want you to think.
Sure. Either way, no one has seen the Wizard of Morlaia in quite some time.
So they say.
And I've been dying to know what he might be hiding in his tower.
I bet lots of explosives.
I'm more hoping for scrolls of ancient magic and semi-cursed objects, but fireballs will do nicely. Oh, and of course books of forgotten knowledge.
Rumor has it he left behind quite the hoard of peculiar trinkets.
Surely. After all, as it states in this leaflet, traps? Puzzles? Must be something very valuable hidden in there. Maybe even the key to immortality.
Or they were bored. Admittedly, I don't design puzzles when I'm bored, though. I blow things up!
I love when things go boom!
Oh, I like you.
Oh no.
Do I have to be in a room with these two?
Same, bestie. You know what?
What?
I think you should take me and Voyboy along.
Listen. You say trinkets and I'm all in.
I mean, the entropy we'd create if we traveled as a trio would be immaculate.
Oh no.
I hear a trope.
We'd be able to tackle the wizard's puzzles and deathly traps with wits and...
violence!
Oh no.
Extreme violence.
And Innkeeper, you'd always know where we are. There'd be a smoldering path the entire way.
And music.
And knives. You have my lockpicks?
And my hagam. Maybe the ethereal weave could even help.
Ethereal bamboo, huh? But an ethereal weave escape would only work with Chebaean silk. The ghost spiders of Chebian use their silk to spin the weave.
Good thing that these strings are made of Chebian silk, then.
Great! Then we can use your hagam as our Plan C escape plan. Should the wizard be at home after all, or foster any monsters and any traps, your hagam will be our way out.
By dipping into the ethereal weave?
Don't worry. It's like dreaming or teleporting. You'll just have to find your way back out.
We'll manage that. I'm a master teleporter.
And I'm sure our innkeeping friend here has the right drink for you. Perhaps something that'll give you some brain cells.
It's better than the one rolling around in there. And quick reflexes, so I'm hasty and can easily evade traps.
Good that I don't need help with either.
But shouldn't we be able to fight back fiercely in case something is lurking in the tower? Lots of traps probably mean lots of fire, so fire resistance would be helpful too.
Nah.
Fighting sounds good. I'd love to kill something. But I hate making decisions. I think the innkeeper should decide what to make.
Okay, so something strong to barge in and fight our way through with paired with fire resistance to survive lethal traps. Or something for our brains that gives us focus infused with haste.
I'll see what I can do. But don't hold me responsible for whatever ends up happening.
I hate that word. We would never.
Ever.
This feels like you rehearse it. Oh, what have I done?
No, you're very pretty.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Maybe you should have some of that brain juice. Why do we need it?
You're
You
so
know what?
pretty.
I'm glad you mentioned brain. We're gonna give you, but it's okay. We're gonna give you some extra teeth, though. We got plenty of teeth for you to digest. They're very tasty.
Delicious.
What?
Good. What? Bone apple teeth.
Gross.
Well, too bad. It's your drink. You gotta drink it.
Scrumdiddlyumptious, I believe you mean.
See,
Oh, you're
Nico's
right.
on board. Here you go. Brains and quick reflexes.
Thanks. I'm sure this will be of use for solving puzzles and evading traps.
I'll be sad if not one single thing explodes.
Explosions could damage all the loot.
But maybe afterwards we could light a little fire. You know what we should do?
What?
We should take Jade along. She'd definitely be interested in the treasures too. Sorry, treasures, yes.
An additional blade couldn't hurt.
Any idea where we can find her, Innkeep?
I'm afraid she's already on a quest, so probably nowhere nearby.
That's fine. We'll poach her.
Good luck.
Thank you. We shall return with a story worth telling, in a blaze of glory.
Oh, I can't wait.
Bye, loser.
Oh, okay. Good luck. Road trip, boys. We did it. What have I done? me just looking up in the mirror. It's like, what did you do? All right, we have plenty of time, so we're going to continue directly on to Act 3, Chapter 18, A Well-Deserved Break.
Hello, Innkeep. Look what I found.
Looks like a rare specimen of Archie to me.
I'm one of a kind.
Oh, you two know each other already? Of course you do. You know pretty much everyone in this city, huh?
Of course I know him. He's quite the celebrity in town.
Oh, I suppose I am.
He's Zenith's most famous author. He's even survived an assault by hordes of the vicious undead.
Author? I guess I really am an author, yes.
Bummer. And here I thought I could surprise you.
How did you two meet?
I think he spotted me on the street. Must have thought I had a lot of stories to tell, so he asked me if he could write my biography.
What a unique way to call someone old.
I prefer finely aged.
And she does have a lot of stories to tell.
Archie, how many manuscript topics do you want to collect before you actually finish something?
Well, you see, it's always important to collect ideas. Life itself is the best source of inspiration for any artist.
Look at him. He's so eager to ride. I just couldn't refuse that look in his big, sparkly eyes.
Writing down ideas is so much fun!
You're so pretty.
Thank you! There's the magical detective story. Theo's and my adventure with the undead. And now Una's biography as well. It's fantastic!
I suppose you're right. Una, how come you want your biography to be written now?
I don't really have a reason. I'm old, and I've seen a lot of stuff. Would be sad if all that knowledge went to waste, right?
It's not like you'll disappear any second now, is it?
Not with that attitude. Of course not.
I get it. A lot of terrible things have been happening lately.
Don't be silly. We'll be fine. It's always nice to see most of your friends return during times like these.
Most of them?
Stuff like this happens every few decades. It's completely normal.
If you say so. Are you going to pay Archie accordingly, though?
That's what I'm here for. I'ma pay him in drinks. And I also could use a little refreshing drink myself.
I gotcha. Anything specific you'd like today, Archie?
Just the same as always. A drink to stay focused on my writing, to defend my brain against all those distracting thoughts.
Coming right up. Of Theo, of course, right?
What's that? No,
What?
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm focused on Una right now.
Well, sometimes you do get that distant, lovey-dovey look in your eye.
I have blankouts, that's all. It's completely normal, and everybody has it all the time.
Is it hereditary?
Yes, hereditary. Most nobles have it, actually.
Oh, I see.
I think that's called inbreeding.
I think you might be right.
It's historically accurate.
I hate to agree with you, but...
Here you go. A drink to boost your concentration.
Thank you very much, dear Innkeeper. Oh, this is delicious. I can feel an irresistible itch in my fingertips already.
I'm always happy to oblige. So, Una, what's it for you today?
Maybe something that'll give me enough strength and energy to tell this whippersnapper every little detail of my life. Yeah, sounds about right.
All right. Give me a quick second and I'll be back with your drink. Thankfully, this one's pretty easy because you have a very solid regular. Also, because I'll admit, I just really, this is like my favorite drink to make. Man, it's so much fun. I've said it before. Out of all of the drinks that like I wish were like physically real, I want this drink to be real. Maha, if you ever make like physical merch of like some of the drink containers, I want this to be a thing. I will buy this so fast. What am I missing? I'm missing. Oops. That is not enough charisma. Oh wait. Because I put it in one too many attack. Right. There we go. Okay, so we got that. We got these two. We got you. Then we got the third one here. And then we just need to fill out, yep, the rest. So we got the defense here. And we got 2 charisma.
Seems like my brain's not the only one going with old age.
There we go. I'm sad with the egg slice. Wait, this used to have an egg slice on it? Wow. Some liquid stamina for the golden girl. Specifically, Rose. She was my favorite.
Let's see if your skills are to be trusted, Innkeep. Ooh! Archie, I hope you're ready for at least 600 pages.
That's a lot?
But you already agreed, so you don't have a choice. And now, my dear Archibald, we'll begin with the writing.
Oh no, you know it's serious because she used the government.
Thank you for your hospitality, Innkeep. I'll see you later.
Goodbye, Innkeeper. I'll remember to keep a copy of the book for you, if I ever get to finishing it.
Signed, please.
Of course.
Very well. Goodbye, you two.
Smell you later.
Ha! It's you!
Finally, my service beasts and I have returned.
Welcome back, Winthy.
Good to see you, Innkeeper. And, surprisingly, your tavern's dry interior.
I thought you might be appreciating the dampness of, almost everything nowadays.
Maybe well underwater, but wheels and mud do not mix. On land, I appreciate structurally sound and smooth wood flooring, much more than its soggy alternatives.
Dad?
You would too. Just step a few minutes past your tavern. Then you might get an idea of the things jammed in my spokes and smushed between Casket and Kane's toes.
I'll pass. And besides, stories from my patrons are much more enjoyable. Speaking of, how did the pearl hunt go?
Honestly, it wasn't all too eventful. But before I go on...
Uh-huh?
I could do with one of your drinks, Innkeeper.
Okay, I thought you were going to say something else.
Gonna say what?
It's fine. Don't worry about it.
Something to keep my mind clear of any irrelevant distractions for the journey back.
Of course, we wouldn't want you to get distracted and forget anything. Let me see what I can do. Let's see here. I just got to take a look.
There's a little, prick in my brain. It almost feels like I have another question for you while I'm here.
No, it's fine. I'm sure it's about pearls or maybe like
something else dry.
How do you make your drinks? You know, something like that. Probably it's nothing. It's fine. I'll be sure to give you
as long as the drink isn't flat, right?
Yeah, exactly. Look at this
dry.
Look at the sparkles on this drink. It's so shiny and may this inspire boundless creativity.
Creativity. Just what I needed. If only I had a boundless supply of this drink while writing at my desk.
Unfortunately, my establishment doesn't do deliveries. We're not, we're not on Dungeon Dash.
What a shame.
But before you go on, I actually have something else for you.
Ah, and here I thought I'd have to needle you for it again.
No, it's fine. Put the needles away. It's okay.
What a pleasant surprise.
My favorite kind. Here, a completely proofread manuscript. I hope.
Hope. I'd certainly hope it's completed. Since my retrieval and your proofreading have been such a long time in the making, yes?
Right. Long in the making.
You should probably wash that red ink off your hands before it stains your mugs.
Oh, right. I was just editing my recipes all night. Great, crazy story, actually. for another time, that is.
I see. I will say, it's good to have these papers back in my hands.
May I inquire you as to why you asked for them back now?
Well, actually, I asked a week ago, but I've decided to finally publish the book. What I have written about, it's very dear to my heart. And I'm happy to finally get to share my writing with the world.
Minthy, the author. It has a nice ring to it.
It'll be Mackenzie Katrin Pichan, actually.
Gesundheit. A very nice pen name.
It was time I finally chose one, and something universal at that. Procrastination is a curse all on its own.
Sure is. So, about the pearl, or pearls?
Protection pearls. Like I said, it wasn't too uneventful. I had tea with the Banshee of the Lonesome Lagoon, and she traded me the pearls for objects of her desire. Mostly, I promised her a signed copy of the book.
Good for her. You know, I've been meaning to ask, if I may, what do you need the pearls for exactly? I know you're often looking for them, but I was never quite sure why.
Well, I'm sure you remember the curse I was bestowed with.
I thought you were going to say bestowed on me. I'll be honest, I was sort of shaking there.
Yes. The cursed parasitic rings that amplify your magic to a painful degree.
Exactly those. They cause quite a lot of issues for me and my body. Sometimes it feels like the magic is eating away at me, slowly feasting on my organs and nerves. It's tearing me apart from the inside out, as it gradually takes my health and life.
And this is why Minthy is in a wheelchair, and I actually believe I know which illness she has, or it's referencing at least, because I know a couple of people with this actually.
The protection pearls help me keep the mana in check. They bring it down to manageable levels. It helps the pain a lot.
So, you're saying you turn the pearls into a drink?
Wonderful to see that's still your first solution to everything.
Look, first time I see anything, 3 words come to mind. Will it blend?
Ah. You should post those in Clock Talk. Yes, on occasion. Mostly, I grind them into ink for my tattoos. They're very versatile little beauties.
I'm happy you could find some then. Now that I think about it, care to share? I'm sure they'd be great for my drinks and...
Not so fast. For most people, they just amplify mana to ridiculous and dangerous degrees. And I don't want to be held responsible for the chaos your patrons could cause. However, maybe I can offer you something less extreme, but still energizing. Here.
Oh. Is this your infamous coffee recipe? After all these years, you finally trust me with it?
Trusting people. It's time. I think you can finally make it without poisoning someone.
I'll do my best. Thank you, Minthy.
Perhaps it will also help you keep your promises in time. Anyhow, I think we're due to take our leave.
Need to make some ink?
Something like that. Plus, I promised Casket and Kane we'd check if any primordial tennis balls got washed up by the flood.
Baya might be able to make you some tennis balls, some moss balls, like tennis balls. I'm sure you have a sort of deep connection with Baya.
What a perfect excuse to catch up with her. Is she around?
More frequently recently. It's nice.
A miracle she still comes around after you exercise her favorite bog body.
We were young and inexperienced. It happens. Sometimes you just, eat a soul. It's funny.
That it does. It was lovely to see you again, Innkeeper.
Likewise. Best of luck on your journey. And don't forget to send me a copy of that book.
If you promise not to forget about its existence this time.
I'm sorry, okay? I'll do my best.
I know you will, friend. I know you will.
just want to make drinks. I just want to make drinks to feed onto. I just want to take an ad break because it's going to do a new episode. Here we go. We're so bad. We're so ready for an ad break. Anyway, the ad break is done, so in the interest of time, we'll go on ahead and get ready to wrap up this chapter and then subsequently wrap up the stream. I did it again. You know what? I'm just gonna. It's fine. I'll leave that one in. It's funny. Here we go.
Brigade caught me well off guard. I'm back to the point. Ah!
Absolutely. Act 3, Chapter 19, Remnants. Jade, welcome back. Was your quest successful?
When have I ever failed?
Well, you do look surprisingly unbloodied. Also, hi there, tall, pale, and parentful, hopefully.
I'll kill you.
Kumo. Who's Kumo?
That guy. New name, I'm guessing?
No. No names here. Never had a name. Don't even know what names are.
You what? Jesus.
Am I just supposed to go along with that?
You're supposed to make me a drink. Then we can talk.
Fair enough. What can I get you?
I've still got plans after this, but Onyx is pretty tired. So give me something that'll get her to keep up with my speed if I let her have a sip.
Ah, anything for Onyx. You know, let's see here.
Oh, damn it. I thought the cursed coffee was a big speed. I was about to be like, let's give the turtle some coffee. No, we're going to do a nice standard swift strike. Don't give your turtle coffee. Don't. Please do not. There we go. Good green. Little bit of here. And then a little bit of defense. Perfect.
Speedy turtle. A drink for Onyx. And you. But mostly for Onyx.
Not too bad. Concerning to see you know me so well.
Being a regular does have its perks. So, names?
Let's start with the story first. You love those, right?
You know it.
I'll spare you the details of my journey to Borkham. Though I didn't miss the chance to make some extra money along the way. Everyone thought I was the right woman for their jobs. They helped me with the quest, too. I squeezed a good description out of the renegade parents out of some Red Dune merchant who was in a deep dispute with a blue-crowned elephant.
I'd love to hear that story, actually.
Not my problem.
Of course.
Asking a couple of pointed questions got me to the inn the deadbeats were staying at. Problem with people is, can't exactly kill them in broad daylight. With monsters, you'd be thanked for doing so. But with people, you've got to be patient. So I did what anyone would have done in my situation. I posed as a tour guide.
And they believed you.
Sure did. Inika was right. Your drinks are great for pulling scams.
That's not what they're meant. Happy to hear that.
I offered them a tour of the nearby Wadden Sea and led them to an area I knew was shunned by actual tour guides because of the unpredictable tides. Gave them a spiel about how a battle of the Order of Starlight took place there, yada yada yada. Pretty soon, their eyes were glued to some starfish playing in the mud. It was the perfect opportunity to get it over with quickly. Obviously, I wasn't going to kill them just then. They needed a chance to run. But I had to scare them first. I raised my spear right up above my head, and I was about to go for a warning strike when I heard this zinging sound. I deflected the knife that was flung my way at the last second, and it shattered against the ground. All three of us turned and saw this cloaked Echo reaching for another knife. He had his hood pulled up, knives and daggers strapped all over his body. Even the air seemed to go darker around him. Looked like a real Shadowbane.
I trained under them.
Impressive. Those deadbeats thought I was protecting them from him. Should have seen the look on their faces when I said I was there to kill them. I turned back, wanting to refocus on my warning strike, when I was interrupted by a simple stop. It was said in this deep, raspy, incredibly fake voice that sounded like some sort of proper degenerate.
Didn't even make it right. Didn't even sound right. It was more like a stop.
Likely, the two bums thought we were fighting about who'd get to kill them. Their approach to such a situation was to immediately try to bribe us. I told them to shut it. They asked me what I wanted then, if it wasn't money or words. So I turned to our little Shadowbane and asked what he wanted. But he just stood there quietly. Can't blame him. There's a little scarier than your parents.
So, you helped him with the decision?
Not exactly. I walked over to him and handed him my spear.
She said, "This is your choice. Make it." It felt like she was passing some of her courage onto me.
He stepped forward, my spear in his hand, and took off his hood. He was... I'll spare you the details. They recognized him, of course. Insert expletive here's had the audacity to act surprised.
Surprised is one way to put it. When they talked, they sounded so... like they thought I had died.
You could have. They left you.
I wanted to say something. Anything. Yell. Tell them to get lost. Scream at them for what they'd done to me, but... all that came out was... why did you leave? Their silence went on for so long.
Would have been longer if those tides hadn't come rushing in.
You did kind of walk into that one.
Kind of. Luckily, I was quick. Got all of us up on some muddy rock the waves couldn't reach.
How long were you up there for?
Couple of hours.
Left us a lot of time to talk.
Did you?
Yes. A lot. For example, did you know the primordial flood was caused by the Pyre erupting?
The Pyre? You mean the biggest volcano in all of Asteria, nestled right in Leviathan's domain?
Yeah. Apparently it erupted and then collapsed. Covered all of the primordial sea in ash and set off a tsunami.
It should not be doing that.
No. Do you think powerful magic was afoot?
Probably not. What use is a giant tsunami to anyone?
Maybe they wanted to be wet?
Probably not.
All right, smart guy, you figure it out.
Okay, fine. Are tsunamis and all their causes all you and your parents talked about? Do you actually fucking talk about your feelings?
No. Mostly we talked about the leaving thing. They said not a day went by where they didn't regret what they'd done. I asked why they didn't come back then. They didn't have an answer for that. Mom said she was proud of my knife-throwing skills, though. I never thought they'd apologize. They owned up to all of it. As awful as it was. I hadn't planned for that. They wanted to make up for everything and be a part of my life. They also said it was up to me. And what I wanted.
What do you want?
A family. Is that stupid?
No, it's not.
So, you forgave them?
No. Not yet. I have to see if they actually mean what they said first. I can't trust them right now. We don't really know each other anymore. Who knows if we'll all get along? But they did say they want to get to know me. And I think I might like that too. They're just so different. It feels like I'm angry at people that don't exist anymore.
You're still allowed to be angry.
Good, because I am actually so mad!
Even if they changed, they hurt you. Neither forgiveness nor forgetting is required.
It just feels unfair. Like I'm harboring resentment for ghosts. But I'll try to be honest with them. I owe that to myself. Plus, Jade threatened to decapitate them if they ever hurt me again.
Good shit, they'd fucking die.
Damn right.
They'd be dead as doornails. Could I have a drink now, too?
Sure. Let's trade.
Right. A secret?
No. A name. I assume Jade didn't know you as Kumo because your parents didn't call you that.
Correct.
What did they call you then?
I'm not...
I'll trade you my name. Just give the guy a drink.
Your first name. Those are quite precious to Maida, right?
Very. See it as a secret to trade for.
I'm listening.
Ulyssia.
A beautiful name.
Thank you for choosing that option. I don't respond to flattery, but thank you.
It's definitely better than mine.
Yours fits you.
It does not.
If you say so.
So, not Ulyssia. What would you like in exchange?
Maybe something that'll stop me from choking on my words. In case I have to do more of this emotional thing.
I've definitely got something for that. So, Ulyssia, that is. Very nice. Pretty name. Don't mind if I take it myself.
Doesn't suit you.
Look, it's not for me. It's a gift for someone else. Look at all this yellow. Look at all this yellow. Here you are. Some fluid emotional vulnerability.
Time to drink my feelings. It tastes a lot better than it sounds.
Damn, that man took it in one gulp. Holy shit, good job. Way to suck, Airman.
Suck.
It feels a lot better too.
Maybe.
I still need to call you something else, though, if Kumo is out.
It is.
What have you got for me, then?
I don't... I'm running out of names. Jade, can I...
Nope. My name.
Fine. How about... Dave?
You know what? Sure. I'll go with that. I'm proud of you, Dave. For everything you've gone through, and for choosing what's right for you.
Thank you.
Do you need a hug?
No, I don't need a hug, Mom! May have already gotten one from Jade.
Speaking of me, I gotta go. Want to check in with Grace and her goons. See you around, Airboy.
Airman! See you around, Ulyssia.
Man, everyone's getting hit with the government. What about you? Care to linger a little longer?
I need some time to think all this over. Maybe even feel it, too. Is Fable back yet? I think cheesecake would make for a great distraction right about now.
No. I thought maybe you ran into them on the way back.
I didn't. So, Melly isn't back yet either?
No. I'm afraid not.
Cool. Great. I guess I'll talk to...
Kaelin? Your parents?
Maybe. Do you think they still love me?
I don't know. I hope they do. I hope they'll love you well. But I don't know. I do know that other people love you. And that if your parents fail to live up to what you deserve, you won't be loved any less.
I'd like to believe that. Sometimes I just think, even if my own parents could leave me, anyone can.
Don't measure your worth by the actions of the people that hurt you. Nothing good can come of that.
I'm very thankful to have met you. Anyway, I'm also part of the Knights, or whatever, so I must go. Farewell.
See you soon. Remember how I said that this is the plot is happening? Remember how I said that this game is about to take a fucking turn?
Oh my god. Devin, when I catch you.
We did
to
it.
give me a second, actually. So
I heard that pause that you were taking after that that one particular line. I'm like, oh my god, oh, we got him.
I don't exactly have the best relationship with my own parents, so.
I'm so sorry that I typecast you. I don't.
It's okay. It helped me perform better. So it took me a second. So thank you.
How am I so good at this? Actually, you know what? Hold on before we get into the gushing. I just wanna make sure that that I have a proper place to like cut the VOD and go into the YouTube outro for later. So if y'all really quick, for those of you still in the call, could you just say a quick goodbye over to YouTube while we wrap up this episode?
Goodbye. Hit the subscribe button.
And that puts a wrap on episode 5 of our Acolyte live dub episode of Tavern Talk. Oh my gosh, I already said it on stream, but everybody did so well with all of the emotional scenes today, and oh my god, I know what's gonna happen in the story. I've already played through this game multiple times, but the actors don't, and that's hearing their reactions has always been a fun pastime of mine. But yes, hopefully you all have been enjoying the show as well and been enjoying these edited VODs. Our next episode, episode 6, should be going live Saturday, September 7th, starting at 5 p.m. Pacific, as always, which should be the Saturday this week that the video comes out. So if you get here early, if you're here early, you can catch up on the story as always and prepare for the next Livedub stream. But of course, if you do also want to help us out in other ways, you can always feel free to hit the like button on the video and the subscribe button on the channel. And if you want to catch any of my other variety streams live, feel free to check out my Twitch at twitch.tv/AKLTrifecta, where I'm live on Mondays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays, always at 7 p.m. Pacific. And lastly, if you want to check out any of my other social medias, such as my Twitter, my Blue Sky, my TikTok, or even my community Discord, you can check all of those links in the description box below. For now, though, like I always say, stay casual and stay cool, and we'll see you on the next episode of the Tavern Talk Acolyte Live Dub. Have a good one, everybody, and we will see you, hopefully, this next weekend. Bye-bye!